Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 498, and we're in my beautiful tropical backyard this morning. It almost was in my studio because it was so dark here this morning. I did not think the sun was going to rise in time as I was getting ready, but we made it. The sun's finally coming up now, and it's bright enough that it's not going to be a dark screen for you. If you're joining me live, please say hello. I think I saw Naomi and Lisa and Marcia. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Good morning. Hi, Anna and Kathy and Joe, Marcia, Lucy, Judy. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Good morning, Grace and Lisa and Luna. Hi, Terry and Susan and Naomi, Donna, Naughty Little Skane, Luna, Anna. Thanks for joining live, everybody. If you see my bougainvillea back here, they're finally starting to get their flowers again. Yay! I have a couple of blossoms on each of the trees, and if we get a chance, maybe I'll run back there and show them to you this morning. But you know I'm so excited that that's coming back. And remember, I moved in here December 1st, well, November 30th, my birthday, which was such a great birthday present because of, yeah, it was such a great birthday present to be moving into this place on my birthday. But at that time, which is only about a little over a month from now, these trees were in full blossom. So, but the bougainvillea was completely leafless. So I feel like I know the future in a way. It's kind of a weird feeling. So, and bittersweet because I know the bougainvillea will be full of blossoms by then, but I know the plumeria is going to be done for the year by then. So I'm have a little bit of mixed feelings, but still excited nonetheless. Hi, Janine, I'm not sure. Hi, Gay. Yeah, I love bougainvillea too. This was my first time with plumeria, loved that as well. Both were super fun this year. Looking forward to more years of it. All right, well, thanks everybody for joining me this morning. Hi, Cherie. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 498, and we're live in Southwest Florida in my tropical backyard. Sun's just coming up over the buildings and the trees in the east. The birds are awake and singing their songs, and it's a lovely, lovely. It looks like a wrap dress, but it's just completely sewn, and you throw it over your head. It might have a zipper on the side. Let me feel for it. Nope, no zipper on the side. It's a stretchy knit, and it has a belt with belt loops, which helps make it look more like a wrap dress. So I'll take that off so you can see. So the front pieces, there's a surplus wrap for the top, then a seamed waist. The skirt is more gathered than the top, and then the belt has belt loops on the side. And so the belt's not attached on this one. There are belt loops on the side. It comes just below my knees, and it has a flutter sleeve. This is a thicker knit fabric than some of the other dresses. So this one is definitely a heavier weight. I don't know if I would call it winter weight or fall weight, but it definitely is thicker. For me, I would feel it. I could wear this one throughout the year, but I live in the South, so that's hard to say. But if with a cardigan over it, I think you could wear it throughout the year as well. And tights, if you lived up north, you could put this on with tights too. I love the print. The print's so pretty. And someone mentioned my earrings. I'm wearing my tassel earrings in Be So Fine yarn colorway Calypso Lime, which isn't exactly a color in the dress, but I feel like it picks up on the highlights of the green side, not the turquoise side, and I thought it still went with them. So it doesn't match perfectly, but it picks up on the highlight section, like the green. Between the turquoise and the green, it almost goes lime green, so I felt like it was close enough to tie in the earrings this morning and just really highlight the lighter portion of the highlights in the print. Thanks, Lisa. When I don't do things matchy-matchy, I do like to explain it because I feel like that's the harder part of style and fashion, is learning how to understand the rules, to break the rules, to go from matchy-matchy to not matchy. And so anytime I feel like I can share something like that, I like to explain the method to the madness. So, yesterday, thanks Cherie. So yesterday I'm also wearing combs in my hair. Does anybody remember wearing combs back in the 80s and maybe even the 70s? So I found these on Amazon. They're not the cutest combs I've ever seen, but they will do the job. And I'm just in the mood to style my hair with combs again, like I used to do when I was little. And so I found some on Amazon and I've been really loving them. Sometimes I take just like the center section here, like a bang section, and pull it up and twist it and just give myself like a little puff right here, and then leave the rest of my hair down. And sometimes I pull both sides back like a sweeping. This is definitely more the way I used to wear my hair in the 80s with combs. But I don't know if anyone else remembers combs, but I always loved them. I had decorative ones too, and I do think that I would like to adorn some of these with some crochet flowers or some beading or some other decorative DIY touch to them. It might be fun. Oh, Judy, my hair's fine too. You just have to know how to put them in, depending on how fine your hair is. But my hair is extremely fine as well. And for me, I have to fool around with putting them in backwards and then twisting forward. If I didn't do some sort of action like that, the combs wouldn't stay in my hair either. There is a trick to putting combs in your hair, and maybe even back combing your hair, no pun intended, first will give you some teeth in your hair to put it into. Grace has fine hair too. Yeah, I have super fine hair, and there are a lot of things I can't do with my hair, but I can wear combs. So I wonder if you tried sort of the technique I'm talking about. Like, let me go a little further. So if you could do this first to give yourself a little texture. What you're doing is creating texture and a place for the combs to sit. So I'm not saying to rat your hair crazy, but just do a tiny bit of back combing, and you can smooth that back out if you needed to too, just to give the combs a little bit of texture. And then I put the comb in backwards, facing back, and then turning it forward, and that double action is what really gets it to stay in place. When I do combs like that, they'll stay in all day. In fact, I wore combs to the gym last night. I went to the gym after the podcast last night, and I did cardio with these combs in my hair just like this. I did an hour of cardio, and they didn't move. So that's quite a testimonial, I think. And that's because of the way I put them in. Carrie says that's the correct technique for putting them in. So yeah, so I think that anybody that doesn't have success in combs maybe isn't familiar with the way to put them in, because once I do it that way, I have no trouble whatsoever with them staying in all day. Naomi uses combs all the time. Yeah, they went out of fashion and I stopped thinking about them, but I've been thinking about them a lot lately, and I'm so excited to have them back. I like the soft look of my hair being swept across instead of pulled severely back in a ponytail. I don't like that look as much, so that's, I think, why I've been looking forward to finding them again. All right, so last night I released 2 videos. One was the podcast, obviously, and if you didn't get a chance to watch the podcast last night, we saw the most spectacular sunset and twilight past sunset at the beach last night. So even if you're not in the mood right now, but you're in the mood to see a beautiful sunset maybe this evening or over the weekend, even if you don't want to listen to me talk and just turn the volume off, the sunset was so spectacular last night, and more specifically that twilight after the sunset the whole thing was just amazing. So if you didn't get a chance to watch last night, I highly recommend watching it at some point today, tonight, or over the weekend. I don't think you'll be disappointed in Mother Nature. It was really gorgeous. The other thing that I released yesterday was the fourth part in the How to Read Crochet Charts video series. And in yesterday's video, I showed tons of examples of how to join motifs together, or how to join pieces together in charts. So what was really fun is I took a stack of a bunch of my crochet books. You know, I've written 17 knit and crochet books. Well, I grabbed a section of some of my crochet books, and at all these. I grabbed all of these and looked for examples of charts that showed you how to join things together. And just by going through my catalog of titles, I was able to show you a variety of different types of joining techniques. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to show you more examples and more variety, because I think that's really when learning something new starts to click in, not from seeing one thing over and over again, but seeing the varieties of that thing. And so I showed you motifs that were square, motifs that were triangle, motifs that joined with a slip stitch, motifs that joined with a single crochet. I showed you strips that joined. I showed a variety of different types of things, and then I showed you where things joined in the corners and where they didn't join in the corners, where things joined on one side, where things joined on two-sided joins. And then I showed hexagon-shaped motifs and how they join on one side and two sides and three sides when they're joined together in an offset pattern. So with all of those examples, I think it really helps you to get a full-bodied comprehension of the charts, because throughout all of those, there are lots of things that are the same. We're talking about joining motifs in the round. If you're a right-handed crocheter, you're reading that chart counterclockwise. If you're a left-handed crocheter, you're reading that chart clockwise. And so some of those things are constant throughout all of the patterns. And then the symbols are all constant throughout the patterns. If it's a single crochet, it's a single crochet. If it's a chain or a slip stitch or a double crochet, all of that's the same on all of the charts. So you've got all your symbols the same, you've got your direction going the same, and then all of the changes. You're not only learning how they look when you're joining, but then you're learning how they can be different when they're joining. And so, I don't know, I get really excited about this because I really feel like this is a really good learning video, and that once you see all of that variety, I think it's going to click a little bit better on how to read them. And if you have questions about it, like if you watched it already and you have questions for me this morning, please feel welcome to leave a comment here and let me know what you think about the video. If you think I didn't go far enough in describing it, how to read charts for joining, or if you learn something from it, I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't watched the video yet and you get a chance to watch it today or over the weekend, please feel welcome to leave a comment on that video and answer those same questions for me. Did you enjoy it? Did it miss something? Or do you have questions about anything that you saw there? Jo hasn't seen it yet, but she's going to watch it when she gets home from work. Great. And I'd love to hear from you after you watch it. And that goes with all of my videos. I teach for you, and I make videos for you. If you like them, let me know. If you think that they need something more, let me know. Click the like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends if you really like it. If you don't like it, let me know. Lisa started it, Cherie started it, but needs to finish it today. Yeah, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. If you don't, again, let me know. Hi Edna, good morning. Lucy's in refresh mode. I think you mean you're in crochet refresh mode, so all the videos are helpful to you. Wonderful, I'm glad. And so that video is the fourth video in a 5-part series on how to read crochet charts, so you may want to watch all of those videos too if you're doing a refresher in crochet. Also, you might want to download the PDF of this if you haven't, and if you want to get the print version, this is available on my Amazon shop. It's the 88 Crochet Stitch Dictionary, where it gives you all of the symbols for 88 stitches, and then the glossary definition written out longhand for all of those stitches too. It's an incredible resource to have. If you're subscribed to my mailing list, you received an email to get the PDF of this for free. If you don't want to be on my mailing list, you can download the PDF of this for $3.99 on my website. If you want a print copy, because I think what's really nice to have as a handy reference tool for this is those times when you want to be Zen crocheting or unplugged crocheting and you want handy resources, but you don't want to be on your phone or on your computer. Then you could put this in your project bag and just have all that stuff handy reference. Be great to not have to go online to remember what a 2 treble crochet cluster is. It's all written out in here. It's tiny and it'll fit right in your project bag. So when you want to be unplugged, I think that this is a great resource, and you can get this for $7.99 on Amazon in all markets around the world. So no matter where you live, you can get it there too. Naomi's making a 20-stitch project, and that's going to help. Yes, yes, you can go back and forth and remember which stitch is which. Yes, that'll be very helpful. Where was I going with this? I was going to say something. Oh, so this reminds me, I announced a new promotion last night, and for the first time, and I'm going to tell you guys also for the first time before I tell anyone else. So even though last night I told it first, I'm still going to say that the podcasters, or everyone here on the podcast, is going to hear it first before I send out an email or do a social media blast. I'm doing a promotion from now through the end of Sunday. It's a buy one, get one promotion for all digital products. So all of my PDF patterns, all of my digital books. So the ebook version of Layers Crochet, the ebook version of Layers Knit, the ebook version of 80 Handmade Gifts, the ebook version of Motif Magic, and all of the single patterns. Everything that's digital is going to be included, and for every digital product you buy, you can send me the email of someone that you want me to send an extra copy to. So I will send the copy to any friend of yours. So once you place your order, just reply to the email or send me an email with your order number. And if you order 5 books, you tell me, I want to send this one to Mary, this one to Sue, this one to Linda, this one to Lisa. You don't have to send all of them to the same person. You can send a different one to different people. If you, let's say you bought 4 digital products and you wanted to send 3 gifts to the same person and 1 gift to a different person, that's fine too. All you have to do is tell me who they are. I will send them an email and tell them that it's a gift from you and give them a copy of the digital product. So super easy. You just have to tell me who and I'll do all the rest. And I will definitely tell them that it's a gift from you, so they will know that it's not just a lottery or poof out of the sky. They'll know that it was your thoughtfulness and that you were thinking of them and that it is a gift from you. Does anybody have any questions about that? I hope that sounds easy. Thanks, Lisa. And that's going on now. So there's no coupon code. There's nothing. You just need to talk to me about it. That's all. Just email me and that's it. So place your order and then just email me with your order number and tell me who and what, and I'll take care of the rest. And I'll explain it in the email that I'll send out later today. But if you want to get started and do it now, you are absolutely welcome to. The promotion is going on now and through the end of the weekend. And when I send out the email, I'll have specific links to where the digital products are, but you know where they are. They're, I have in my books store, you can search by ebooks, and in my single pattern store, you can search by PDF pattern. How much is what book, Doctor? Oh, I think I saw extra letters in there. Uh-oh, Linda is streaming and froze. Bummer. We'll wait a few minutes and see if anyone has any questions about anything we've talked about so far. Oh, my pattern books. They vary in price. You can look on my website or on Amazon. They're available there. And it depends on if you live in a different country. Don't know that either. But you can definitely search for the links in the video description below for books on my website as well as books on Amazon. And you can search all over the world depending on what country you live in. I have 17 books plus all of the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. So how many of those do we have? 7 plus 5 in Spanish. There's 12 of those plus 17. So we have 29 books for you to choose from at a variety of prices. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I don't normally count these as my books. Well, yeah, because I don't count them as full-size books that I've written. But that's crazy because there's 12 of these now, 7 in English and 5 in Spanish. You can find all of those on Amazon also. Doctor's in Europe. Okay, so yeah, you'll want to look on Amazon in whatever country you're in Europe, and you can search my name in any Amazon in any of those countries, and you can see my books there. They're available in all Amazon markets all over the world. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Jane. Better late than never. Yes, you can go back and watch the early part. Absolutely. Angie just got Amazon here. Where's here? Marcia wants to know how long I've been crafting. That is a great question. I have been crafting for 18 years. I started when I was pregnant with Marlon, who is now 17 years old. And so I started when I was pregnant. He's 17 now. Then I would say that somewhere around 18 years. And I taught myself how to knit and crochet within a month of each other while pregnant and living overseas. Made tons of baby stuff when I was pregnant with Marlon. And then once he was born, I had no access to the internet or patterns really when I lived over there. So once he was born, I started using math and geometry to make shawls and other accessories. And when my marriage fell apart when Marlon was 2 years old and we moved back to the US with no money and pretty much nowhere to stay and other thing. Anyway, I had this dream of making a business out of knitting and crochet so that I could stay home with him and not put him in daycare. And I can happily tell you 15 years later, I still have that same business. So yeah, pretty exciting. It started in a variety of different ways. I started making products to sell to the boutiques at wholesale, which was a disaster for a handmade business. So I started there and then realized I couldn't keep up with wholesale orders and at paying retail for yarn, doing all my own labor for all of the shawls and then selling them wholesale to retail in boutiques. It was great for the first order, but then there was no way I could keep up with reorders. And so then I started thinking about writing patterns for publications, realizing that once I did something once, I could get paid multiple times for it, whereas when you have a finished piece, you can only sell it once. I figured I could sell patterns more than once. And so I couldn't decide if I should do a proposal for knitting or crochet. And so I reached out to one publication with a crochet proposal, and I reached out to the other publication for a knit proposal. And I said, okay, so whichever I hear back from first, that'll be my sign that I should pursue knitting or crochet. and I got a yes back from both companies like within a day of each other, and I took that as a sign that I should pursue both knitting and crochet. And you know, the rest is history. I've designed over 800 patterns. You can see them on Ravelry. I've designed over 800 patterns in knitting and crochet, written 18 books. I've been on TV shows for 11 seasons now, almost 12 seasons teaching crafts. I've taught in shows all over the world. I've been teaching on YouTube for years. I sell yarns, I make yarns, so many amazing things that I do now within the industry. So my business has definitely evolved over 15 years, but it all started from teaching myself how to knit and crochet when I was pregnant with Marlon 18 years ago. Thanks, Marcia. Yeah, Naomi, that would be fun to write a biography or an autobiography. Definitely, it would be fun. Sometimes I get interested in it and sometimes I don't get interested in it. Some of the parts just, I don't know, they're sad and I don't know if I want to tell a sad story, so then I move on. I want to inspire people, and sometimes I think telling sad stories inspires people, but sometimes I think it just focuses on sadness, and I feel like the best way to inspire people is to keep looking towards the light and keep focusing on the light. And the more I focus on the light, the more I shine light. And the more I shine light, the more I inspire with lightness. And so it's really important to me to try to focus on the positive more than the negative. And every time I think to write my story or something, I feel like it feels dark. And I don't want to spread darkness. I want to spread lightness. Thanks, Angie. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Angie said she just got Amazon in Dubai. That is awesome. I'm so excited for you. I want to go to Dubai one day. Very excited to know that you have an Amazon there now. I don't know if my products are on your Amazon. If you can hear my comments, can you tell me what the end of the URL is for the Amazon shop there? It's amazon.co something or .com/something. If you could tell me what it is, I would love to search and find if my products have been distributed there. Thanks, Angie. Yeah. Hi, Darnell. Okay, well, we are almost out of time. Yes, Lucy, the good and the bad is how we grow. I agree. It's just figuring out how to write. I have a lot of figuring out how to keep the story still very positive while still telling the story. So I haven't wrapped my head around that yet. And when I do, I will probably pursue more of, autobiography style, or maybe even just some fiction stories that touch base on truth. Hi, Christine. Oh, it's AE. Thank you, Angie. So it's Amazon.ae. I'm going to check it out when we're done here this morning, because if my products are being distributed there now, I will be very excited to share all those links with everybody. And so let's pick a quote from the new Create, Share, Inspire Notebook, Volume 1, Issue 6. We'll go to the next page. Let's see, where did we leave off? Oh, I don't know if this is the next one or not, but I love this one. I love Amelia Earhart quotes. She was such a brave and independent woman, and she had spunk too, and I really like that about her. Oh yeah, Dolly Parton quotes are awesome too, Naomi. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. Yes, I absolutely agree with that, totally. Okay, now I've got an Amelia Earhart quote for you. Never interrupt someone doing what you said couldn't be done. Doesn't that sound like something she'd say? She was independent and brave, but she was also very spunky, and I love that about her. And so there's definitely some spunk in this quote, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Amelia Earhart. Never interrupt someone doing what you said couldn't be done. I can't even say it without raising my eyebrows. I love it so much. That's awesome. If you like the podcast, please click the like button, share it with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you like the content here, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to be notified when I go live or when I have new videos released, click that bell button, and then you'll just want to double check notifications on your device to make sure you have the notifications turned on for the YouTube app. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the beauty of my little tropical backyard and the sun and the show and tell and chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Monday. Monday's going to be the 499th episode of the podcast. Is that crazy or what? And I've got exciting things planned for the 500th, and I'll tell you more about that on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.